News in the world of rugby today is that Owen Farrell has joined the Lions squad that's currently touring in Australia. He will be available for the next match against the Brumbies, having not been named in the squad to face the Waratahs on Saturday, with the squad being named ahead of time before him joining the squad. Farrell comes in for the injured Elliot Dilly, who fractured his arm against the Queensland Reds. Now, Andy Farrell is probably the man who knows Owen Farrell the best, having been his, and still is obviously his father. He's worked with him when they're both at Saracens together as players. He's worked with him as a coach during his time at Saracens and his time at England as a coach. And obviously having previously coached them with the Lions in 2013. Now, Andy Farrell clearly will know exactly what Owen Farrell can do. However, I can't see any true justification for Owen Farrell coming on this Lions tour from his form over the past year and having not played international rugby for England for quite a while. Now, there's those who believe this is a fairy tale where he gets called up and has one more Lions tour, the fourth Lions tour. Not many players get to do that in the modern era due to the nature of the Lions tour being every 4 years. However, Owen Farrell has obviously managed to do that. But should he have been called up, there's all the arguments that his leadership will be great to help guide the team through. There's the argument that Andy Farrell might trust him should Finn Russell get injured. Finn Russell has been reported to have a little bit of a wrist injury out there, but it doesn't seem to be anything too serious. And something he can clearly play through, as was seen against Queensland's Red, but there is obviously an issue that could arise should it get worse. Tom Jordan was the favourite to join the squad, with Scotland playing their matches quite nearby Australia this summer. And he was also able to cover a number of positions, a couple of positions that Owen Farrell can play too. But look, I'm not a fan. Owen Farrell has been called up to the Lions. I don't think he's deserved it in terms of recent form. There's no doubt he's been a world-class player for the last near decade as a player, probably even more. But he's just not the same player he used to be 4 years on from that last Lions tour he's been on. But look, I do think that this decision to bring him in could be a terrible one for Andy Farrell. Reason being, people will point to it. It might have no effect on how the Lions tour goes, but people might point to it as a terrible mistake because how he may affect the camp, how Itoje is the captain, but he may take a leadership role away from him, having been his previous captain at both England and Saracens. There's so many different little factors that could change because of this decision. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see. They should still have enough to get by Australia at this stage. But I think Joe Schmidt might have something planned. Look, these are just some mumbled thoughts. Let me know what you think. Whether you agree, disagree, I encourage any kind of opinion. But look, I've been Brendan McGilligan. Thank you very much for watching and look forward to talking to you next time. And yeah, thank you very much.